Hello and welcome along to our preview of Punchestown Day 2, episode 47 of Champ.ie, in association with Gorham Park Racecourse, Syndicates Racing, KCLR Radio, and of course our betting partner, Boyle Sports. Would you believe we've almost 3,000 followers to Champ.ie, and a big thank you to each and every one of you. But Barry, we want them to do a little bit more, don't we?
Yeah, well, only 40% of our followers this season, David, have actually subscribed to the show. So it only takes 2 seconds down below. And you never know. We were considering some flat content. And if we do get up to the 3,000 K mark, then we might consider it for the summer. So we enjoy making these videos. We'll continue, David, daily videos right through it the remainder of the Punchestown Festival. We haven't even seen day 1 yet, but we're on to previewing day 2 as we record, of course, first thing on Tuesday morning.
Absolutely, Barry, and let's get right into it because the opening race on day 2 is the Adair Manor Opportunity, a series final handicap hurdle. And as you can imagine, it is going to be a competitive race. There is plenty of runners in here with chances, and I know you quite like one right down at the bottom of the handicap.
Yeah, smells like a bit of a plot, David. You mentioned 25 runners. Well, number 25, right down the bottom, tongue strap on for the first time, handicap debut. Winner at the festival last year. It's a walk away Harry for Charles Byrnes. I'm seeing tissue prices of 8-1. If we got 8-1, I think I'd be very, very happy. I don't see this horse going off 8-1. I think there could be a bit of a plunge on this. Mentioned the festival last year, it was yielding ground. I think the driest of the, certainly the weather this week is going to come on Wednesday, so day 2 of the Punchestown Festival. You're probably looking at something like yielding ground. It won on yielding ground, walk away Harry, when winning a bumper at the festival last year, as mentioned. Lecky Watson was in the race. He went off favourite. Walk away Harry won the race for Charles Byrnes. And yeah, he has the look of a horse, David, has been mapped out for Punchestown handicaps right throughout the season. He was weak in the betting on all 4 starts, and I thought probably the best of his runs was last time, where he made a mistake at the last 2 hurdles, but I thought he finished off his race quite well, and he hadn't really the kitchen sink thrown at him for Charles Byrnes. Philip Byrnes was on board. Just looks like a plot to me, David. And if you were getting 8-1, he would be one of my stronger fancies on the day. I think it could be a nice horse off a very nice mark, 113 in the opening race at Punchestown on day 2.
Yeah, and I thought Andrew Slattery's runner, Dark Note Barry, could have a very good chance. A very good second of 10 runners, 2 lengths behind Toto 2 last time. That was over 2 miles. Steps up to 2 miles 3. And young Cian Quirk, who's just down to his £2 now to ride out his claim, and he's got £2 to claim. I think that's just got a crack in each way chance. I think it'll be very much involved. Andy Slattery's horses are in really good form. So that is a look at race number 1 on day 2. Right, we're going to move on because the second race again, it's the Conleys Red Mills Irish EBF Auction Hurdle Series Final. And again, this very competitive. 17 in here. Firstly, Barry, what do we like?
Yeah, I think ratings and race conditions are definitely important in a race like this, and a real improver. The one I think to beat, David, is Answer to KF for Terence O'Brien and John Shinnick, who knows the horse quite well. Obviously was 4th in the Martin Pipe. That looked a strong Martin Pipe, handicap hurdle. Novices involved, obviously, at the finish. Better days ahead. The winner. Second was Waterford Whispers. That was well supported. Back in third, Quid of Bourbon was well supported for the race. And if you look at it, I suppose the form has worked out. He's come out and won it there. So I think it's rock solid form off 138. Race conditions will definitely suit him. He's won on yielding ground in the past. He's a stayer with a touch of class. He's improving. And Terence O'Brien, I think he could have a winner on race number 2. I thought the danger might be the obvious Blizzard of Oz. Annie Road, I thought, is one that could maybe get into the mix for Eddie O'Grady. He's a horse I've kind of been following his career. Mark McDonough knows the horse well and has form tied in with Answer to KF. But on ratings, looking at race conditions, I think Answer to KF 7-2 I'm seeing. I think that could be a decent price about Terence O'Brien's horse in the second race.
The Louis Fitzgerald Hotel Hurdle, 2 mile 3 again. And again, great to see 16 runners lining up in this contest. And again, WillieMullins, Paul Townend here with Mr. Giff. They've got the favourite. You're going to be in the favourites camp this time? Or are you going to be looking at something at a bigger price?
No, I'm in the favourites camp. I mean, WillieMullins has won this race 4 times in the last 6 years. Sets the standard really, rated 141. Again, just looking at the race conditions, Mr. Giff to me looks well in here off the back of his 5th place effort in the Supreme. Ran well at Aintree as well. But I think the key, look, he's a strong travelling type without being keen, and he obviously stays well. He done his best work at the finish, I thought, in his last 2 runs. So stepping up in trip to 2 mile 3 furlongs, I think that looks ideal for him. He's dropping down in class. I think he's very unexposed. Yeah, for me, Mr. Giff, 11 to 8. I think keep it simple. It could kick off a good day for Paul Townend on day 2.
Right, the 4th race on the card on day 2 is the first of the Grade 1s. It is, of course, the Shannon Real Estate Group Novices Hurdle. And again, WillieMullins got a really strong hand in this one, Barry.
Yeah, he certainly does, David, and going to oppose Dancing City, who is the favourites. David, I suppose he's been to all the big dances, hasn't he? Dancing City, been to Cheltenham, been to the Dublin Racing Festival, and won very, very impressively at Aintree last time out. Looking at the next 2 in the market, obviously Stellar Story and Better Days Ahead. I think both of these might need softer ground. I'm going to stick with the old friend, David, of the show, Lecky Watson. I think there's a big pot on him this year. Didn't think he got enough cover in the Albert Bartlett at the Cheltenham Festival. He was 5th there. Thought he was probably too keen early, but I thought he stuck at it well and came up the hill nicely. 2nd to Slade Steelan earlier on in the season, back in December at Navan in a Grade 2. That reads very good form. So his form is rock solid. And with the 8 runners in here, the 3 places, I thought was an outstanding each way bet in race 4, the first of the Grade 1s on Punchestown day 2.
Granger and Patrick Mullins.
McGree had justified favouritism, but sharp object out in front was ready for John McConnell and Alex Harvey.
Western victory, Silver Land. That'll be the finishing order.
Well, welcome back. We're going to look ahead to the final 4 races. But before we do, Barry, I suppose a big thank you to our sponsors throughout this season, and particularly to Gorham Park, to our betting partner, Boyle Sports, KCLR, who came on board during the year. And, of course, Syndicate Start Racing. And you're going to tell us all about how members can get involved. And, of course, if you look on screens right now, there's a great offer for Champ.ie followers.
Yeah, €50 off your first share today with Syndicate Start Racing. They obviously have a runner in the bumper, so they get you to the big days. Sharp Object runs in the bumper, of course. A big price as well, and has form tied in with what is the current favourite for the Mayor's Bumper on day 2 of the Punchestown Festival. So best of luck to everyone involved. And for a very reasonable amount of money, David, so you can get involved in Syndicate Start Racing, just head to the website and apply the old discount when you pick your horse, Champ, all caps, into the checkout bar to get €50 off your first share. So once again, thanks to the Jack Cantillon and the lads. And just an update as well, Gorham Park, head over to GalopinDesChamps.ie for tickets, of course, to the Gorham Park Classic on the Monday bank holiday, the Monday of the June bank holiday, should I say, which is that €200,000 race. Very much a race to look forward to, and we can't wait to be down there on course as well, David, on Monday of the June bank holiday. So lots to look forward to there. But thanks again to all our sponsors, and Boyle Sports, our betting partner.
Looking forward to that. Right, let's move on because we've 4 more races to look at. This probably for me is the race of day number 2. Look at this bumper. We've the bumper winner from Cheltenham. We have Shuttle Diplomacy, who's won 2 from Tom Cooper. He's 12 to 1. It tells you the quality of this race. But really, the way this horse won at Cheltenham, Jasmine DeVoe, it's very hard to go against him, is it, Barry?
Well, look, he is the form setter. These are young horses, and I just couldn't, I can't get away from Shuttle Diplomacy at a big price each way here, David. You mentioned him, he's 2 from 2 for Tom Cooper, who's been absolutely raving about this horse and his post-race analysis, and said he's so many gears, and it was evident. I thought he was very green on debut at Naas. Patrick Mullins was on board on 2 occasions. Obviously, he's riding Jasmine DeVoe here, but he's a big price here. This horse has gears. He stays well. He handled the testing ground at Limerick, and I thought he showed a real nice turn of foot. Was visually very impressive on his second start. He's clearly improving. And I was very, very taken with the performance. William Money, the form's been a little bit let down as well with Say to Chance, who, of course, David was well beaten up at Ayr. Romeo Coolio, should I say. He could maybe handle a little bit of nicer ground, yielding ground, but just at a double figure price. These are young horses. I think he could be up to this class, this Shuttle Diplomacy, and John Gleeson on board for Tom Cooper.
Yes, well, I think he's got an each way chance. I just don't see past the favourite in the race. I think he's winning at Cheltenham. Look, the way he came out wide and the way he came home, he had I thought so much left to go, and I think he's going to be my nap selection for day 2. To be honest with you, in that big bumper. Right, let's move on, because the 525, of course, is the Punchestown Gold Cup. It's the Grade 1, and again, Barry, we have 9 runners. We have GalopinDesChamps, who was. Just look, he's outstanding. There's no other words to describe this horse. He is the real deal in every single way. He's come to every party. He has danced the dance at every show he's been brought to. Will he dance the dance one more time this season for Willie and Paul Townend in this Punchestown Gold Cup?
Well, it's A versus B only if A doesn't turn up. And I think that's the best way to sum up this race, David. I mean, I've been a big fast or slow fan, obviously. Put him up at last year for Punchestown to run a big race. He won at a massive price. And even early on in this season, he was a winner of the John Durkin, loves Punchestown, and the ground could be coming in fast or slow's favour. But all that being said, I mean, GalopinDesChamps is really holding his form this year. And I suppose, look, I've rode him off a couple of times. I'm not going to do it again, David. I think this horse, he keeps pulling out career best performances. It'll be a big ask to reproduce the type of run that he's put up at Cheltenham in the Gold Cup this year. The ground, I think he's a better horse on soft to heavy ground. But that being said, it's only if GalopinDesChamps doesn't turn up and produce his best, do I see fast or slow getting involved here. So, it's a no bet race for me, David, but it's certainly, on this occasion, I'm not going to be tipping up fast or slow to beat GalopinDesChamps.
Yeah, I think that's wise, Barry. I really do this time, and I think we'll see the real.
Admit defeat, David, when you're wrong.
Yeah, well, no, in fairness, you've done that, and look, he's been absolutely sensational. No reason whatsoever to go against him, and he'll be going into a lot of multiples, I think, on day 2. There's no doubt about that. Right, we're going to move on. Penultimate race on day 2, Barry. We've got a Grade 3 chase to look forward to, and a good field as well. 17 runners are going to line up here, and some interesting types in it. What do we like here?
Yeah, look, 2.5 miles, David. It's Grade 3 Handicap Chase. WillieMullins won the race in 2002 at Royal Rendezvous in Patrick's Park in 2018. So, clearly Ed likes to target one at this particular race as well at Punchestown. And Paul Townend could be coming into this race looking for a treble. Look, I'm going to keep it simple. James de Burley, to me, he's the nat pick of the day at a price. He's still getting 3-1 about James de Burley. It might get bigger in the morning if you wait on it. I thought he was going to absolutely hose up in the top. The way he cruised into the race, jumped impeccably the whole way around. I just think he maybe got a little bit outstayed. He's dropping back and trip a furlong here. Obviously, the fences aren't going to be as stiff as they were in the top. And I thought a race like this could maybe reward his racing style. James de Burley, he still could be very well treated over fences, 3 pounds lower over fences than his hurdles mark. He's run well twice at the Punchestown Festival on 2 occasions. Off 152, I thought he could be well handicapped.
Excellent. Right. Well, the final race, of course, we finish off with a Grade 3 Mayor's Bumper to look forward to here again. And again, without saying any more, WillieMullins has got some outstanding chances in this contest. We've got the likes of Aurora Vega in here. We've got some really interesting types in here. Which one have you come down and Barry, and why?
Yeah, Fleur Fazil is a horse I liked for the champion bumper. I thought she'd run a big race, and she did. She finished 7th on that occasion. Back in here against her own sex. She was quite keen on her first 2 starts. Thought she settled a little bit better at Cheltenham. Jody knows her well. And look, Aurora Vega hasn't been seen for the guts of 90 days. So, what Aurora Vega is going to turn up here. She's 3-4. Patrick Mullins. It's just interesting. You think Patrick Mullins would have the pick here, but Jody gets on so well with Fleur Fazil. I don't think there's much between them. And 7-2. I think she's a big engine. And I think she'll certainly go close.
That is the 8 races we've looked at for you on day number 2. we're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to the week ahead as well. So do join us each and every day for our Punchestown previews. And a big thank you once again to you out there for joining us and watching our podcast. And once again, as we said at the start of the show, don't forget to subscribe below. It takes just a minute to do so, and we'd be delighted for you to do so. We've got nearly 3,000 followers to Champ.ie, and a big thank you to each and every one of you. From Baz and I. Yes.
Just to mention as well, obviously the competition, we're going to give away tickets for the final day of the Punchestown Festival. And obviously we're recording before day one has even happened. But 2 winners or more on day 2. Continue to put in your selections and you'll qualify yourself for the draw. And that'll be tickets to Punchestown this upcoming Saturday.
Yes, absolutely. And what a great day out it will be as well. Right, Barry, that's it from us for another another episode of Champ.ie. Hopefully you out there have enjoyed it. We hopefully have found you some winners for day 2, and we look forward to your company for the rest of the week. Chat to you soon.